A few weeks back, I did some extra place matching. I showcased to you guys what it was like at the end of the week after we did 90% plus trades on every single match we could find. Now, for the past month, I've been doing 95% plus only, and I just want to show you the results today on how much liability would have been put at stake, how much qualifying loss you would have made, how many wins it's took, and how much profit you would have got from this. Hopefully, it just shows a bit like longer term how beneficial extra place trading can be. If you are new to this, please do some additional research before you go and get into this yourself. I am just a beginner at the end of the day, and I might be doing some things wrong. It's always possible, and I'm sure people will let me know down in the comments if I've done something wrong today. But please do extra research before you get into it yourself. But this is a great, nice little way to make some profit. You will get gubbed doing this longer term, but hopefully in a few weeks' time, I'm going to have a video out telling you how you can reduce getting gubbed, so that you'll be able to continue with this method a little bit longer than some other people. But if you're new, hit the subscribe button and the like button while you're down there. But let's get into the results of what happened with extra place matching for a whole month at 95% plus. So for those of you who quickly don't know what extra place matching is, it's very simple. You're going to need an account at OddsMonkey or any other site. I don't think there's any free extra place matches out there, but if there is, let me know down in the comments and I'll be sure to pin that so other people can do it. But if you want to use OddsMonkey, I do have an affiliate link down in the description, and I've used it for months, so I would definitely recommend it. But if you come over here to Tools, Matches, and then Extra Place Matcher, it's going to bring you to this matcher here. And this is really simple to use. You've got all your races here where extra places are in play. You've got your refresh little button over here so you can get updated odds. And then whenever any go into this 95% category, they're going to go green. So I'm going to go and have a look and see if any pop up now. Well, at the moment, there wasn't any that were 95% plus, but that brings me on to my first tip when it comes to doing extra place matching. Their odds are going to get a lot more favourable, and you're going to get a lot more 95% pluses closer to the start time. So you can see we're about 20 minutes off this race here. It's going to definitely improve as time goes on, but we'll use this 92% over here as an example. So once you've found a individual you want to actually then place on, all you need to do is follow the steps as they're set out here. You need to open up your bookmaker and place your each way stake at the odds. Make sure you update it if the odds have changed. You're then going to go to the exchange, place a lay on the win with the given stake and odds here. You're then going to go to the other exchange that is sometimes different, sometimes the same, and lay the place with the stake and the liability and the odds. So you can see this one here is going to take £20 stake overall with each way. You're going to have £20 liability and £4 liability. So it's going to be costing around £50 to get this all placed, but you're only going to be losing the guaranteed £1.58. Now, extra places, for those of you who don't know, are basically where a bookie is paying for 4 places finishing instead of maybe 3. And as you can see here, this 4th position is the extra place today. So when you go and you back the horse over the bookie, you're getting paid for them 4 places. You're then laying the win over the exchange, so if the horse comes first, you don't get anything, you just get that £1.58 qualifying loss. You're then going to lay the place, which is them 2nd and 3rd, so then you don't get anything if they come 2nd and 3rd. But if they finish in that 4th spot, you're going to get paid out from both the exchanges as profit and from the bookie. So it kind of works similar to the way 2up does. You're kind of exploiting that offer and getting 2 lots of bonuses paid out. Or in this instance, you're getting paid out for a profit from 3 avenues. So you get quite a nice profit. And as you can see here, the profit will be £12.42. Now that's not a huge return over there. You want to look for the ones where it's a bit better. So for example, look at this one down here, 243. But you're going to make a guaranteed loss of £16 if they don't finish 4th. So that one's not as good. So you're always going to want ones that are 95% plus and then also have a good potential profit at the end of it. But as you can see, refreshing just every now and then is going to update them straight away. And what I'd recommend is as soon as it hits 1 o'clock here for this race, go and have a look on somewhere like Betfair. Open it up on Betfair, preferably on the exchange, and have a look at the live stream over here. Now when it gets close to the time, you're going to have the live stream available. And the reason that's key is because you'll be able to see whereabouts the horses are at. As soon as this gets to 1 o'clock, if you were to hit refresh, it's going to move on to the next one. So if you leave this open, don't refresh, check whereabouts the horses are in terms of getting started? Is there still plenty of time to put all these trades on? If there isn't, you move on. If the horses are nowhere near getting started yet, you can still trade that market. So that would still be worthwhile doing, but you're just going to have to update all these manually yourself, because like I said, that refresh button is going to move you on to the next race. Now when it comes to your qualifying losses, anything 90% and above is always going to be less than £2 qualifying loss. Anything 95% and above is going to be less than £1 worth of qualifying loss. That's why people generally like to stick to that 95%, just because it keeps your qualifying loss down and gives you more opportunity to make some profit longer term. Now as you can see, some of the liabilities are quite large, and you might not want to risk that much money, but just do always remember the actual amount you're risking is this qualifying loss. It's not going to be more than that, so don't ever worry about if there's something here with like a couple £100 worth of liability like there is with this one. Yes, you will need that money to get the race placed, but you won't be losing that. You'll be losing the qualifying loss if the horse doesn't place. Now you might be wondering, how often do these even hit? How often do these come in? So that's why I wanted to keep track of these for a whole month. I've been coming on here every day pretty much and just going through these maybe once every half hour and just going through every race until there's been a 95%. Whenever there's a 95+%, I'd keep track of them, come back the next day, check, see where they finished. And we've done this for a whole month, so I'm going to show you now just how much we would have risked with qualifying loss, just how much we would have gained through placements, and just how much of a percentage return on investment we would have got for this month. So as you can see, we've got quite a few here. We've got, I think, if I just look over here, we've got 79 horses throughout this whole time. You can see by the colour coding, any in green finished in the place, any in yellow were one spot off placing, and any in red just didn't place at all. So when it actually comes down to it, we only had, if I just sort by colour over here, we only had 6 wins. Only 6 horses finished in the spot throughout the whole month. From nearly 80 trades worth, we only had 6 actually place. And you can see what returns we would have got from these horses over here and what the qualifying loss would have been for them. Now if I show you the whole thing yet again, you can see that as the running total profit and loss over here, we would have made £189.55. And that is only from £45 worth of qualifying loss. So that is a huge return of 417%. Now obviously it's not just £45 you need for this, you would have needed all your liability. I wouldn't have been able to place all these. I do not have enough liability for it. You need a big bankroll to be able to do this. And then obviously you will have got gubbed by some bookmakers and wouldn't have been able to keep placing every single time. But as you can see from this, £45 worth of liability would have returned us £189.55. Now some people go into extra place trading with more than a £10 stake. They go in with a £50 stake, for example. If we just get that put over there, you can see that massively increases everything. It increases your qualifying loss, your potential profits, and if we go over here and have a look on the spreadsheet, if we'd gone in with that £50 stake, we would have required a qualifying loss potential of £227, but we would have made £947 profit. If you're someone who has a decent bankroll, doing extra places is definitely something worth looking into. Even if you're someone who doesn't have that big of a bankroll, you can go in with a smaller stake of maybe only £5. You can see the liability here is quite short. You're not going to make too much of a qualifying loss. You might not make too much of a profit either, but longer term, as you can see with this, you don't need that many to hit to get that profit. So it's definitely worth looking into if you haven't done this yet. I've done this research personally for myself because I wanted to see what happens with extra place trading, and I wanted to see if it's something I should get into myself, and it is definitely something I'm going to start doing, because as you can see, it doesn't happen that often. Literally, there was a point here where we made an £8.04 loss. We had 14 in a row that didn't come in, but as soon as that next one came in, nice £25 profit, straight back into the green. We had a big chunk of games here, a big chunk of races here I should say, where we made £9.26 loss, 20 races without a win, but then straight away the next one, £41. It doesn't take too much to get in a profit with this. You just need to make sure you follow the exact steps and processes And if you guys want me to show you a video of me actually placing one of these and checking the results and how I do all that, do let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to do that. But you can see it doesn't take too much to get that profit. It just might take a little bit of grinding out before you get there. But hopefully you've enjoyed this whole month's worth of return. If you want this spreadsheet available, let me know down in the comments and I'll stick it up on the website with all the other spreadsheets. But thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Let me know if you want to see this over a few months instead of just one. I'll be more than happy to do that. But go over to OddsMonkey and get started yourself. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.